This is segment 12 of the DM
In order
commentary.
to hit it, it's a, you add 4 to your die roll, and it's against its reflex defense.
Okay. So I roll the 20 again?
Yeah.
All of these other dice useless?
Yes, correct.
I've only used this one die the whole game.
The other dies are for
Until
damage
you start
and
hitting
stuff.
with your
Tom
swords.
discovers the true power of the D20 here.
Well, actually, when he says roll d20, he means roll 20 dice.
I will get to that. 16.
All right, you hit it. So all the things that you want to happen do. It is now easier. It's lit up by dark fire, which means you can see it now. So your ready action can go off.
Oh, sweet.
And it is easier to hit.
Everyone gets that +2?
Yep.
It didn't do any actual damage to it.
Correct. Basically, that ability just enables others to damage it.
All right. Well, you're all welcome.
Thank you.
Tom.
So,
Bluebell.
Thank you, Tom.
17.
that hits.
1d6 plus 5. Don't mind if I do.
In this segment, we're really starting to see the players wrestling with
9
tactics
points of damage with
right.
a javelin.
of combat a little bit more. Here we have an evasive monster that's making itself hard to hit,
Bell's turn, so we're back at the
but
top.
they're
No,
countering
yeah,
with powers that neutralize the monster's
Was
advantages.
that my turn or was that
Tom's dark fire
I'm
spell,
sorry, yes.
ranged
You essentially
attacks.
taken your turn, held your action, and now that action's spent.
You're going to see some weakening effects, things like that.
on the rump? I say, shine on, you crazy diamond. Don't you go changing. And I cast light.
Right here if you need me.
I just might. I cast light on the tip of my staff.
I always envisioned that the ballista liked Jaundice the Mauve quite a bit, but hated everyone else. That he sort of had this compulsion to like the wizard, this respect for the wizard who had single-handedly mastered it, that he was quite happy to be subservient to the wizard, but if anybody else talked to him, he'd be a total prick.
Run. All the way back out.
Its general disposition was jaded.
You see purple fire.
How's this going?
It was built by dwarves. What do you
Fire is
expect?
encasing this bat-like creature clinging to the ceiling.
Oh, goodness.
That thing's the problem up there.
Okay. So I did a standard to cast light, I believe, so I think I'm done.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's a minor.
That's
it
a
says.
minor, so you
It's
still have a
minor.
standard action.
As my standard, so I say, oh, that's what we're shooting at?
If I had had more time to sort of add some more qualities to the dungeon, I probably would have done a bit of research into Undermountain and tried to populate the dungeon with a few more features common to that particular dungeon complex.
Yes, it is.
Sorry, so my bonus?
It should be on the card near the bottom, sort of above the bottom.
Forgotten Realms as a campaign setting is so rich with lore that I'm sure I could have found something cool.
15 to hit.
That's against which defense?
Versus fortitude.
Okay. That, in fact, does.
Okay, great. So D10 plus 5 damage. So that's 11 damage.
Okay.
And
Jaundice is about to bloody the bat,
that is,
which is going to afford me the chance to explain what the term bloodied actually means.
till the end of
The monster is at half its hit points or less.
What that means is anything that's weakened deals half damage when it hits. All of its damage is halved. Very nice. You'll also be pleased to know that the wizard, after unleashing this blast of energy from his staff, also bloodied this creature, which is to say that it has taken slightly more than half of its hit points in damage. All right. And now it comes down.
At this point, the combat really becomes a battle of die rolls and attrition. They're going to whittle down this monster's hit points until finally it drops dead, and then they're going to move on to the next big encounter. And just beyond this cave complex is the tomb that they seek, and there's one more real challenge that they have to overcome before they can start messing with the features of the tomb, which is, of course, the showpiece encounter of this entire ordeal, and makes the trap room seem trivial by comparison. It was meant to, of course.
It swung its blade-like tail at you and missed, bounced off your shield.
Sweet.
And we come to Ranrock. Once again, it's clinging to the ceiling.
It's on the ceiling?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to turn. I have 2 javelins.
It is totally screwing you guys up because it's not getting within range of your melee attacks.
I will throw my second javelin.
Okay. It is. You still got your +2.
Oh, cool.
It's still glowing.
+2. So that is a 28.
Yes.
Which I assume hits.
whenever a character uses a power that basically gives other characters a chance to hit a monster, like Darkfire is a good example. I always try to call that out as a DM. Like if a monster is hit by virtue of the fact that a cleric cast the Bless spell, I usually try to call that out because it makes the player who cast that spell feel like they did something important and significant, and it actually came into play.
When you're going up a ledge,
Kainuk Sin is going to discover the challenges of difficult terrain as he climbs up the ledge. He finds his movement hampered.
it is still out of your reach.
I cannot understate the importance of interesting terrain and room features. It's one of the things that 4th edition took to heart, that fights are much more interesting when creatures and characters can be pushed into fire pits, when they can be knocked over ledges, onto greased floors.
And that's against its.
4th edition also encourages the use of beneficial terrain, which we don't see a lot in this particular adventure. Things like magic circles that enhance combat ability, types of rock that you can stand on to gain benefits or bonuses, that kind of thing.
This thing stutters, sort of flaps its wings a bit, and looks like it's on the verge of
Particularly
death,
in a
but
dungeon
clings by the
adventure,
barest thread.
you can put those things in and kind of build an internal logic to them. Oh, the dwarves built this magic circle
That takes us to
as a summoning circle, and they built this other magic circle next to it as a circle of protection that they could stand in to protect themselves from whatever they summoned. And, you know, the characters walk into this room and they see that one of the circles still has some beneficial properties, and if they, you know, stand in it while fighting a monster, they get benefits. That kind of thing is always great to throw into a dungeon because it forces players to make a tactical choice. Do I stand in the circle or do I do something else or go somewhere else?
This is charisma versus reflex, whatever that
The
is.
welcoming drum.
The welcome drum, and we're shooting and killing everything. This guy lives in here peacefully for thousands of years.
Our rage is based solely on bad acoustics.
Oh, God, that's so loud!
I love that line. Our rage is based solely on bad acoustics.
Attack roll is a 15.
Nice.
Something for Darkfire?
And you said that's versus reflex?
Yes.
Yeah, that would normally miss, but its reflex is 17 with the +2 for Darkfire. You hit it.
Hooray! And 1d8.
All right, Tom gets to see the benefit of his Darkfire when Steel Diamond hits.
All right, you kill
Without-
it. It falls.
Without Tom's help, Steel Diamond would have missed, and he would have been denied the killing stroke.
Horrific splat.
We just killed this.
So,
It does not look friendly.
Doug feels good, Tom feels good.
Why did you do that?
Daddy? Daddy, are you okay?
Bluebell's
It
throat,
was
though.
dark. It could have been an accident.
If someone came into your house, would you not strike out and try to get it?
Okay, you totally owned the shadow.
All right, well, I think we've had enough of this map. So, in a moment here,
If it's nothing
we're
but
going to
more
change the scenery.
No. Once you continue on down past the map, I'm just going to clear this off. If you guys could move your figures to the side.
Oh my god, oh no, what's he gonna do?
Dun, 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 dun.
And the flowers are still standing.
By 4:30.